Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. So today we're going to take a look at the new moon that's occurring on July 5th or 6th, depending on where you live in the world. We're going to take a look at each life path number and what this new moon could hold in store. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading or forecast for your own personal numerology, please go to my website and book some time with me. I would love to work with you and take a closer look. All right, so let's take a look at what this new moon has in store for us. Life path number 1. So this new moon could be asking you to really take a closer look at what it is that you are building. What is it that you are trying to create that is meant to be sustainable or withstanding sort of the test of time, so to speak? This is something that you would be or have been putting in a lot of effort towards. You've really been sort of strategic and methodical and taking the appropriate steps to get this solidified, to create whatever this is, to create a solid foundation. This is going to have you looking at, because you're working with the energy of the 3 and the 4. So it's very foundational, but there's also this element of authenticity and really coming back to the core of your why. Why is it that you're building whatever this is? And this can be around relationships. This can be around, a creative project or career or whatever it is. But this is really having you take a closer look at your foundations and your own authenticity, your own integrity when it comes to those foundations. Are you being yourself? Are you speaking up for yourself? Are you sort of taking the reins when it comes to the project or whatever it is to be very honest with yourself about what it is that you need or what it is, that you're feeling or whatever? And are you expressing that honesty in an authentic way to others so that they can understand your needs and how you sort of need for them to show up? And then they can decide whether or not they can do that or not. But because the 3 is associated with the 4 under this illumination, this is really pushing you to be you, to not sort of adhere to, the societal norms if they're outside of your own authenticity. This is you, stepping up and stepping out and really showcasing who you are, what you have to offer, what it is that you sort of, your innate gifts that you came here to share. Or if it's, with a relationship, are you losing yourself within that relationship to accommodate the other person's needs, right? To sort of make the other person or other people feel comfortable in your presence. And the 3 is going to say, it's time to really show the world who you are, dress how you want to dress, speak how you want to speak, show up how you want to show up, as long as you're not hurting self or others, obviously, right? Because there's going to be consequences to that. But this energy is really saying, you came here to share your uniqueness. So whatever you build is meant to showcase that. And so whatever it is that you put out in the world or however you contribute has to come from a place of authenticity in order to get the most satisfaction. So really you could find that you're really being pushed to speak up for yourself, to really put yourself out there in a way that might feel really uncomfortable and might make you kind of want to shy away and stand in the shadows. But the 3 comes in and says, think bigger, and sort of be all that you can be. There's no minimizing yourself with this energy. It's really about standing in the spotlight and owning that spotlight and feeling worthy of that spotlight. And the 4 comes in to say, whatever you're building has to be coming from a place of authenticity, has to be coming from a place of, knowing what you want, being true to yourself, being true to your desires and your goals, and not, sacrificing. Obviously, there's going to have to be some compromises, especially when we're working with other people. But when it comes to sacrificing, the 3 and the 4 are saying, we don't need to do that. We don't need to sacrifice ourselves or our needs or our wants to get what we want, or to get what we need in order to thrive. So there's a lot here that's foundational, that's going to have you looking at your foundations and doing things a little bit maybe differently, where you are being more true to self. And in doing so, you share with the world and through your relationships or through your career and creative endeavors, a piece of yourself, a true piece of yourself. And this is what this energy is really bringing about and asking you to do. So you'll really kind of see over the next couple of weeks, more than likely, places where you really are being asked to step more into that authenticity. And it might be difficult. It takes courage to be ourselves in a world that wants us to be like everyone else. So find that courage and be you, even if you're not seeing sort of the external match how you feel. And what I mean by that is, even if you're not seeing 1 million followers or 1 million likes, come back to, how do you feel about your contribution, about how you're showing up? How do you feel about, at the end of the day, about how it is that you've presented yourself? Do you feel good, or do you feel like drained and defeated? So a lot could be coming in here for some shifts around how you represent yourself and how you put yourself out there. Again, in relationships, in your career, etc. So powerful energy here, but I do love this for ones, because this is really a lifetime for doing so much of exactly this and really being that trailblazer. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.